Welcome back to GitHub Awesome. This is GitHub Trending Weekly number 34. 35 trending open source projects on GitHub right now. Let's get into it. Raindrop Workshop is a local debugger for AI agents. Run instrument agent in Claude Code, Codex, or Cursor, and every token, tool call, and span from your agent streams into a local UI the moment it happens. Claude Code can then read those traces, write evals against your codebase, and run a self-healing loop. Write the eval, run the agent, see the failure, fix the code, repeat until it passes. Spinning up a fresh Firecracker micro VM for every AI agent task takes seconds. Fork cuts that to 101 milliseconds. It keeps a warmed parent micro VM ready, then forks it on demand using Linux user-fault-fd and copy-on-write memory, so new sandboxes inherit the full warm state instantly. Each fork is fully isolated, costs almost no extra RAM while idle, and tears down cleanly after use. Training a foundation model from scratch used to mean millions in compute. HRM-Text does it for about $1,000. It's a 1B parameter model built on a hierarchical recurrent architecture with latent space reasoning, and the claim is 130 to 600 times less compute than comparable transformers. The 1B reference run takes 16 H100s and 46 hours. Claude Code burns tokens reading files it doesn't need because it has no structural understanding of your codebase. Codegraph fixes that. It pre-indexes your repo into a knowledge graph, so Claude Code knows which functions call what, where types are defined, and how your modules connect before touching a single file. Fewer tool calls, fewer wasted tokens, 100% local. ELF is a diffusion language model from MIT CSAIL that generates text by denoising in continuous embedding space rather than over discrete tokens. It only maps back to actual words at the final step, which makes classifier-free guidance straightforward to apply. 3 model sizes, 105M, 342M, and 652M. Pre-trained checkpoints on Hugging Face, JAX implementation on TPU. Say, make these pages interactive in Claude Code, and every HTML file in your directory becomes a live commenting surface. Highlight text, click an element, leave a note. Claude reads the inbox, edits the page, and auto-reloads with a walkthrough of what changed. A 250-line stdlib Python server handles it, shuts itself down when you close the window. Built for HTML research reports, works for anything. Got a cheap yellow display collecting dust? Flash it with ASCII-Aquarium. It turns the ESP32 by 240 touchscreen into a live fish tank rendered entirely in ASCII characters. Fish that school and wander, bubbles, swaying seaweed, occasional octopus and seahorse visitors, tap to feed. Wi-Fi NTP clock sync, persistent settings, SD card screenshots. No water changes. Browser flasher, no IDE required. Mailflare is a self-hosted email platform built entirely on Cloudflare Workers, D1, and Cloudflare email routing. Add a domain you already have on Cloudflare, create mailboxes, and it wires up the MX, SPF, DKIM, and routing rules automatically through the API. Inbox, sent, drafts, spam, trash, pop-up composer with autosave drafts. Next.js front-end via OpenNext, one-click deploy button. QML is the go-to GPU library for classical ML operators, but on Hopper GPUs it leaves a lot on the table. Flashlib, from researchers at Berkeley and MIT, rebuilds those primitives from scratch. K-means runs 26 times faster, KNN 19 times, HDB scan 40 times, truncated SVD 208 times. The flashlib.info API predicts runtime, flops, and memory usage in 5 microseconds on CPU, no GPU profiling needed. MDX let you drop React components into Markdown, but it's tied to the JavaScript ecosystem. mdxg from Vercel Labs aims higher. It's a spec for Markdown presentation and interaction, a portable way to describe how a Markdown document should render and respond to input, independent of any one framework. Think of it as defining the contract so the same interactive document works across different renderers. Every latent diffusion pipeline ends the same way. VAE decode to a soft 5 and 12 px image, then a separate super resolution pass to get to 2K. NVIDIA's PyD kills that two-step cascade. It's a plug-and-play pixel diffusion decoder that converts latents directly to 2048 by 2048 pixels in a single generative pass. Under 1 second on an RTX 5090, 210 milliseconds on a GB200, 6 times faster than cascaded pipelines. When an AI agent dumps a giant wall of markdown at you, it's hard to scan, impossible to interact with, and it re-renders from scratch every time. Agent HTML is a semantic HTML architecture designed for human-agent collaboration, replacing those long markdown blobs with stable, interactive artifacts the agent can update in place instead of regenerating wholesale. You save dozens of videos and podcasts to watch later and never get through any of them. OpenBrief turns that backlog into something you can actually use. It's a local-first desktop app built on Tuie that imports any video or audio file or URL, transcribes it on device, then generates a grounded blog-style summary with timestamp takeaways. Chat with the transcript, ask questions, even turn the summary back into audio. Taste turns a folder of reference images into a skill.md your AI agent can actually use. Drop in up to 20 screenshots, and a two-model vision pipeline reads layout, spacing, color, type, and hierarchy, fuses the analyses, and writes concrete rules. Not make it premium. Actual constraints like keep accent color localized and avoid beige luxury defaults. Coding agents are great at converging on the obvious answer and terrible at the weird lateral idea that actually solves your problem. ADHD is built to fix that. It's a skill for coding agents, built on the Claude Agent SDK that runs tree of thought with pruning. It fans out parallel divergent thoughts under different cognitive frames, scores each one, prunes the dead ends, and deepens the survivors. PhenoPixel is a single-cell microscopy analysis platform deployed at Hiroshima University. Upload a Nikon ND2 file, configure can-i parameters, and it extracts every cell contour using PCA-based axis alignment and convexity scoring to separate real cells from debris. From there, length measurements at 0.065 microns per pixel, fluorescence heat maps along the fitted center line, batch analytics across the whole population. We have robots.txt to tell crawlers what they can access. We have nothing to tell AI agents how to sign up for a service on your behalf. WorkOS just proposed a fix. Auth.md is an open protocol that lets agents register for services for their users, discovered through a single markdown file at your domain. Drop an auth.md at your root, and any compliant agent can read how to create an account, what scopes it needs, and how to authenticate. ShadowCat transfers files between two devices using light. One screen encodes the file as a stream of optical codes. The other device points its camera at the screen to read the data back. Single HTML file, no install, no server, runs entirely in the browser on both ends. Genuinely useful for air-gapped machines or any situation where two devices can see each other but can't share a network. If you've built terminal UIs in Rust, you've probably used Ratatouille and hit its immediate mode walls on anything complex. Tuie takes a different approach. It's a rich, performant TUI library for Rust built for real applications, not just dashboards. Proper widgets, layout, and event handling designed to scale up to genuinely complex terminal interfaces without fighting the framework. Most AI agent platforms either do open-ended chat or rigid automation, with nothing in between. PilotDeck from OpenBMB sits in that gap. It's a task-oriented agent productivity platform built around getting actual work done, not just conversation. You define the task, the agent plans and executes it across tools, and you stay in control of the outcome. Training or fine-tuning a video model means wrangling terabytes of messy web footage, and most of it is garbage you don't want in your dataset. av-curator does the cleanup. It's an audio-visual data curation pipeline that detects scene cuts, trims silence, removes duplicates, and filters clips using clip and whisper, so only the clips that actually match your criteria survive. If you've read Witch Hat Atelier, you know magic in that world isn't waving a wand. It's drawing precise glyphs, and getting them wrong has consequences. This fan-made browser project turns that idea into an actual simulator. Draw spell glyphs in your browser, see how they resolve, and experiment with the rune-based magic system from the series. Pure client-side, no install, just open it and start drawing. Real motion capture means a room full of cameras and a suit covered in markers. SAM 3D Body CPP does it from a single webcam. It's a C++ runtime for real-time 3D full-body reconstruction running on ONNX and GGML that outputs a 70-joint skeleton including the hands. No GPU farm, no special hardware, just one camera and native C++ performance. Writing fast GPU kernels for LLMs sounds like dark magic until someone shows you the code. triton-llm-kernel-lab is that someone. It's a hands-on lab for learning to write Triton kernels, the same approach behind flash attention and Liger kernel, where you fuse operations and tile data to dodge the GPU memory bottleneck. Work through the implementations, benchmark them against PyTorch, and actually understand why your training runs are slow. Agent-oss is a memory-native cognitive runtime for AI agents, built around an evidence-gated loop, so the agent has to back its reasoning with retrieved facts instead of confidently making things up. Hybrid retrieval, temporal reasoning so it understands when things happened, async learning that updates memory in the background, and plug-and-play tools. What if you could turn your own neighborhood into a JRPG? OpenPixel-RPG does exactly that. Feed it any address or a photo, describe the art style you want, and it generates a complete interactive pixel art world to explore, populated with AI-generated NPCs based on that real location. User-generated worlds, classic JRPG feel, modern generative AI doing the heavy lifting underneath. If you live in tmux, you've memorized a dozen prefix shortcuts and still forget half of them. tmux-palette gives you a raycast-style command palette instead. Hit a key, fuzzy search every action, hit enter. Switch sessions, jump windows, run your custom commands, all from one searchable list. It's fast, fully scriptable, and easy to extend with your own entries, so the actions you actually use are one search away instead of buried in a cheat sheet. Someone rebuilt Windows Device Manager on Linux, and it actually reads real hardware data. Qt6 frontend, sysfs and procfs backends, full device tree by type, per device properties dialog with general, driver, details, and resources tabs. Enable and disable via kernel module blacklisting, dkms driver uninstall. Built for Arch and CachyOS. Diffusion language models can decode multiple tokens in parallel, but they usually trade away accuracy to do it. Orthrus refuses that trade-off. It's a fast, lossless LLM inference method built on dual-view diffusion decoding, where two views cross-check each other so you get the speed-up of parallel generation without drifting from what the model would have produced token by token. Sometimes the best side project isn't useful at all. It just feels nice. mykonos-island-voxels is exactly that. A browser-based isometric island builder with the soft, sun-bleached palette of a Greek island, white buildings, blue domes, that hazy summer light. Place voxel tiles, grow your own little island, and just zone out. It's pure vanilla ES modules, no bundler, no build step, and it works on mobile. Watching a foreign language lecture, stream, or meeting on your Mac and routing the audio through a mic just to translate it is a pain. AirTranslate skips that entirely. It captures your Mac's system audio directly with Screen Capture Kit, turns it into a live transcript, translates it in real time, and shows the result as a floating caption overlay. Apple Mode runs on-device with no account and no servers. Every AI tool you use keeps its own siloed memory, so Claude doesn't know what you told Cursor, and Cursor doesn't know what you told ChatGPT. Piia-engram fixes that. One local-first memory store, MCP compatible, that every AI tool can read from and write to. Your context, preferences, and history live in one place you actually own, not scattered across a dozen vendor databases. Go's built-in map is great until you need your keys in sorted order, and then you're hand-rolling a tree or sorting on every iteration. btype is a set of B-tree-based collection types for Go, ordered maps and sets that keep your data sorted automatically with fast lookups, inserts, and range scans. Generic, so they're type-safe, and from Tidwall, the developer behind BuntDB and the popular Go B-tree package. You find a promising model on Hugging Face, kick off a fine-tune, and 20 minutes in it crashes with out-of-memory. Can-i-finetune-this saves you that pain. Point it at any Hugging Face model and your local GPU, and it estimates up front whether the model fits and whether you can actually fine-tune it, full fine-tune or LoRa, before you download a single weight. You're recording a screencast or doing a live demo, and nobody watching can tell where you're actually clicking. ClickLight fixes that. It's a tiny native macOS menu bar app that highlights every click anywhere on your Mac, so your taps show up clearly on screen. No Electron, no bloat, just a small native Swift app that sits in your menu bar and does one thing well.